Santa isn't the only thing watching you this Christmas. While lights, gifts, and carols suggest warmth and joy, some holiday traditions around the world lean heavily into fear, punishment, and the supernatural. Beneath the festive surface, these customs reveal a darker side of Christmas that feels closer to folklore horror than holiday cheer. Number 5. Caga Tió, Catalonia. Caga Tió, often translated as the pooping log, begins appearing in Catalan homes in early December as a hollow wooden log with a painted face, a red hat, and stick legs. Families feed the log daily, keeping it warm with a blanket as if it were alive. On Christmas Eve, children gather around it with wooden sticks and beat it while chanting traditional songs. The ritual continues until the log produces gifts, which are hidden beneath the blanket. To outsiders, the combination of chanting children, rhythmic beating, and anthropomorphized wood feels ritualistic and unsettling. The log itself is often about 2 to 3 feet long, making it large enough to feel physically present rather than symbolic. Despite its playful reputation, the act of striking an object until it yields rewards carries a strangely ominous undertone. The tradition traces its roots to ancient winter solstice rituals centered on fertility and renewal. Wood was once believed to possess spiritual energy, especially during the darkest days of the year. Over time, the symbolism transformed into a family-friendly custom, but remnants of its pagan origins remain obvious. The chanting songs often include commands and threats, blurring the line between play and coercion. Children are taught that the log will not produce gifts unless it is treated properly beforehand. When the presents stop, the log is declared empty, reinforcing the eerie idea that it has been exhausted. What appears whimsical on the surface becomes increasingly disturbing when viewed as a survival-era ritual dressed in festive clothing. Number 4. La Befana, Italy. La Befana is a folklore figure described as an elderly woman with a crooked nose, tattered clothes, and a broom she uses to fly across rooftops. She visits homes on the night before Epiphany, entering through chimneys much like Santa Claus. Well-behaved children receive candy or small gifts, while misbehaving ones are left lumps of coal. The imagery is intentionally unsettling, portraying her as a witch rather than a cheerful grandmother. In many towns, life-sized figures of La Befana hang from balconies or street lamps, swaying several feet above the ground. Her face is often exaggerated with deep wrinkles, hollow eyes, and sharp features that lean into fear rather than warmth. Seeing dozens of these figures lining narrow streets can feel claustrophobic and ominous. The legend is rooted in Christian mythology mixed with older pagan beliefs about winter spirits. According to the story, La Befana refused to help the 3 wise men find the infant Jesus and now wanders eternally searching for him. This narrative transforms her into a figure of regret and eternal punishment. Festivals celebrating La Befana often include crowds dressed as witches, complete with pointed hats and heavy cloaks. Fires, smoke, and ringing bells are common during these celebrations, amplifying the atmosphere. Children are taught to fear her judgment while still hoping for her rewards. The dual role of gift giver and moral enforcer makes her far more intimidating than comforting. Number 3. Mari Lwyd, Wales. Mari Lwyd features a real horse skull mounted on a pole and draped in a white cloth, often decorated with ribbons and bells. The skull's jaw is usually hinged, allowing it to snap open and shut during performances. Groups carry the skull from house to house during the winter season, especially around Christmas and New Year. They challenge homeowners to a battle of improvised rhymes sung back and forth at the door. If the homeowners lose, the group is allowed inside for food and drink. The skull is typically positioned at eye level, often just inches from people's faces. Its empty eye sockets and clattering teeth create a deeply unsettling presence. The tradition dates back centuries and is believed to stem from pre-Christian beliefs surrounding death and rebirth. Horses were associated with the spirit world, making the skull a powerful symbol. The white cloth represents both burial shrouds and winter itself. Bells attached to the costume can weigh several pounds, producing an echoing sound that announces the skull's arrival long before it's seen. The snapping jaw adds a sense of aggression, as if the creature is alive. Even today, the ritual retains an eerie seriousness despite its musical format. The idea of being verbally challenged by a skeletal animal demanding entry into your home feels closer to folklore horror than holiday fun. Number 2. Yule Cat, Jólakötturinn, Iceland. The Yule Cat is described as a massive feline that prowls the countryside during the Christmas season. According to legend, it hunts and devours anyone who did not receive new clothes before Christmas Eve. This creature is often portrayed as larger than a horse, with glowing eyes and fur as dark as the winter night. Its presence is said to be felt rather than seen, lurking beyond the glow of village lights. Children were historically warned that laziness would make them a target. The fear was so ingrained that receiving even a single sock could mean the difference between survival and doom. The cat's size alone makes it one of the most terrifying figures in Christmas folklore. The legend originated as a way to encourage productivity during Iceland's harsh winters. Families who finished their work, especially textile production, were rewarded with new clothes. Those who didn't were symbolically eaten by the cat. Over time, the story became a cultural cautionary tale passed down through generations. Modern depictions still emphasize the cat's monstrous proportions, often showing it towering over houses that stand less than 20 feet tall. Public art installations and illustrations keep the legend alive. Unlike many Christmas monsters, the Yule Cat has no redeeming qualities. It exists purely as a predator tied directly to judgment and punishment. Number 1. Krampusnacht, Austria. Krampusnacht centers around Krampus, a horned, goat-like demon said to punish misbehaving children. Participants wear elaborate costumes made from fur, wood, and leather, often weighing more than 50 pounds. These masks feature long horns, sharp teeth, and glowing eyes, transforming the wearer into something barely human. On the night of the event, crowds flood the streets as Krampus figures roam freely. Chains rattle, bells clang, and torches light the darkness, creating a chaotic and intimidating atmosphere. Some participants carry bundles of sticks meant to symbolically strike onlookers. The experience feels more like a ritualized hunt than a celebration. The origins of Krampusnacht trace back to pre-Christian Alpine traditions tied to winter spirits. Over centuries, the figure merged with Christian morality tales as a counterpart to Saint Nicholas. Unlike Santa, Krampus exists solely to punish, abduct, or terrify. Parades can stretch for miles, with hundreds of costumed figures moving through towns. Alcohol, fire, and noise amplify the sense of danger and unpredictability. The event deliberately blurs the line between performance and threat. Among all Christmas traditions, Krampusnacht stands out as the most openly horrifying, embracing fear as its core identity rather than hiding it behind festive charm. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Until next time.